Good evening, Mayor and Council members. My name is Jennifer Sutter, and I am a resident of Shelby Township. And I'm also a fifth grade teacher for Utica Community Schools, so I will apologize if I fumble, but I'm used to speaking in front of children. I would like to speak to you on behalf of a recent experience that I had with a breeder here in Farmington Hills, Mickey Gabriel, and the response of animal control to that. Our family purchased a puppy from Mickey on October 31st of this year. Sorry, my heart. While driving home after we purchased the puppy, we noticed many fleas crawling in and out of the puppy's coat. My son, who is 6 years old, had tissues. We were gathering those and trying to smash them and get rid of them as much as we could before they got all over our truck. While we were driving, about maybe 20 or so were crawling all over her. Once we got her home, we gave her a bath, we pulled a few of them off, contacted the breeder. She did confirm that she saw some fleas on the dog, but was surprised that the Capstar that she had given the dog prior to us taking her home did not kill them all. She did give us another capsule, but however, that still did not kill what was there. The next day, we started noticing kind of a smell coming from the dog, which in previous of owning another golden, we did notice that that was an ear infection. Did try to treat that, treated it about 3 or 4 times before we finally took her to the vet, which they confirmed was a yeast infection that had developed in the ears. We also noticed a tick on the dog's nose, which my husband and I had to remove. It was engorged, which was confirmed by the doctor. She also developed a rash on her underbelly and her hindquarters, which the doctor also confirmed that there was a flea allergy dermatitis from the amount of fleas that were there. Once I contacted animal control, I was told that there was nothing they could really do since the dog came from her basement kennel and not from the kennel in her home, behind her home. So they did refer me to Farmington Hills ordinance officer, which when I called Detective Double. I did not hear back from him. I did put in an email to him today as well, kind of giving him my statement of what was happening. I was just a little bit, I guess, alarmed that animal control really couldn't do anything for the puppies that are in her basement. If this is one puppy who's 4 months old, I can only imagine what the other puppies were dealing with, especially with the amount of fleas and the tick and the yeast infection and all of that. When I called animal control, they were going to go and take care of and do a routine check that following Monday, which I believe that they did. And then they did ask to see the dog in question, and of course that was confirmed that there was nothing wrong, but at that point we had done everything we could to make sure that dog was well taken care of before we did have to return her. After going back and forth with the breeder, we felt it was in our best interest to just kind of separate our ties. But coming from a dog lover and a family, it broke my 6-year-old's heart that we had to take the dog back, but the dog was no longer a guarantee like it was stated to us, and it just, I guess at that point, was just a concern for us, and we definitely want to make sure that the animals are taken care of, because I truly feel and believe in my heart that those dogs are not taken care of in that basement kennel, and I think that needs to be a concern that's looked into. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes.
Can I ask a question of the city? City
Yes,
manager,
please.
do we know anything about this situation or what happened?
In this particular situation, no. This is the first I'm hearing it tonight. I have not, she mentioned an email to one of our officers. I have not seen that yet.
I think, our city ordinance says you can only have 3 animals in a house at a time, or some number. It's a small number, I thought, in terms of number of total animals.
There is a number limitation. I'm not sure what it is. I can look that up quick enough.
Okay, would there be any exception for some sort of interior kennel in a home going above and beyond that number?
There are provisions for kennels in the city. I don't know anything about this property or what it involves, what it's zoned, and so on and so forth. All things that can be looked in as part of any investigation.
Do we have any kind of inspection process on kennels?
The Oakland County is the one that does most of the inspections.
Do we have any authority to inspect?
I will have to check into that to find out. We certainly, on the exterior, if there's complaints, yes.
What about interior?
I will have to talk with our city attorney on that.
Yeah, we'll need to look into this.
And if she,
Again, this is the first we're hearing of it.
I do have, I'm sorry, I don't mean to jump in. I don't know how this all works. It's my first board council meeting. I do have like an account of everything that has happened. I do have pictures of the tick that came from the dog. Unfortunately, you can't see the fleas on the dog. I mean, I didn't think that I was ever going to have to go this far with this. So we never took pictures of the actual fleas, but I do have all of those pictures and I do have the account. From what I understand, that there was more than one set of puppies in that basement, because she did bring up one set of litter, or one girl from the one set of litter and another girl from another litter. So, I mean, I don't know if that...
So for us, for the city staff to be able to look in that, could you share that information with the city manager?
Yep,
please,
I will
with Mr.
pass everything off. Thank you so much for listening.
thank you.
Bring it to our attention.
Thank you.
Next.